So, a brand new Kingdom Hearts 2.8 trailer has been revealed. So the title of the trailer says E3 2016. Now, was this trailer supposed to be shown at E3, or are they planning something completely different? Are we gonna get something more? Other trailers? No one knows for now, but we're probably gonna find out soon enough. Kingdom Hearts 2.8 will have Dream Drop Distance HD Remaster, Kingdom Hearts Key back cover, which is a cinematic, and Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep Fragmentary Passage. So the point of this video is to give you guys an in-depth analysis, basically go over as much stuff as I can. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Alright, the trailer begins with Dream Drop Distance. Nothing new, we see Master Yi and Sid talking to Sora and Riku. Both are about to embark on a journey of becoming masters. And Master Yi and Sid mentioned that once they return, they'll become masters. And if you guys have played Dream Drop Distance, you basically know what happens in the game. Nothing major was shown for Dream Drop Distance. We got Sora in the country of Musketeers, we have Riku in the grid, we have Sora encountering Xemnas, and we see young Xehanort. We briefly see a gameplay, but we still don't have the icons, the HP bar, the command bars, and stuff like that. But anyways, now the trailer moves on to Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Fragmentary Passage. Now, a lot of us have been waiting for some gameplay, and we actually got some. And I gotta say guys, the game looks absolutely gorgeous. The first thing we notice is Aqua's hair. Her hair looks much darker compared to the first trailer we got. While it wasn't much of a gameplay, we just saw her back, and yeah, that's pretty much what we got at that time. A few days ago, a leak for 0.2 was on the internet. A lot of us assume it was fake, however, her hair looks basically the same. And I actually like her darker hair. Okay, in this scene we see Castle of Dreams. When was the last time we saw Castle of Dreams? It was in the secret ending of Birth by Sleep. And these events take place right after the secret ending. And if I'm not mistaken, 0.2 takes place right before Kingdom Hearts 1. Well, around that time, let's say. What if this takes place before Chain of Memories or something like that? I don't think so. This actually takes place before Kingdom Hearts 1. And why? I don't know if you guys remember, but in Kingdom Hearts 1, in Merlin's home, when you talk to the fairy godmother, she's like, my world got destroyed. It got swallowed by the darkness. Since we see the Castle of Dreams in this scene, this basically takes place around that time, around Kingdom Hearts 1. The time in the realm of darkness and the real world doesn't flow the same. Who knows, maybe the point of 0.2 is to restore the world, if possible. Okay, now by looking at the castle, there seems to be like this barrier thing, and there's like this pink glow right inside the castle. What could that mean? Could that possibly be the heart of the world? We learned in Kingdom Hearts 1 that worlds actually have hearts. What if that pink glowing light inside the castle is the heart? I mean, why would there be such an intense light right inside the castle? Something tells me that's the heart. Okay, I know I said this kind of barrier, but it's probably this kind of light surrounding the castle. That's pretty much it. Maybe this sort of light surrounding the castle represents the fragment. A fragment of the world is stuck inside the realm of darkness. Then again, I might be completely overthinking about the whole pink light thing. It's probably the lights of the castle inside. But why would there be lights inside the castle? No one's in it. Or is there? Alright, next. We notice this pathway which Aqua's standing on. This is part of the town which we've never seen before. Now suddenly the pathway starts crumbling. And Aqua mentions that the world starts crumbling after the clock advanced. Now, is this clock a key element to the story? I'll discuss about that later on. Now, the moment Aqua started speaking, I recognized Willa Holland. That's definitely Willa Holland. It's pretty cool that they got her to voice Aqua again. And she sounds a lot older, and this time she really reminds me of Thea Queen. If some of you don't know, Thea Queen is from Arrow. Now, what's the point of the gameplay, you guys think? Do you think we'll have to make our way inside the castle? If the clock keeps advancing, do you think that the world will crumble even more? Like I said, we'll get into that later on. Next, we see Aqua walking on this crumbled mess, and the view just looks absolutely amazing. Okay, now we finally get the chance to see the command menu and the MP bar and health bar. By the looks of things, this game seems like a mix of Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts 3, and Birth by Sleep. We have the command menu from Kingdom Hearts 2, we have the MP bar, and we have the focus gauge from Birth by Sleep. Okay, right before this, we saw the pathway crumble, right? Is this where she's walking? No. Notice how far the castle is, and notice the ground. The ground looks different, the tiles look different, and she's basically in a different area. And plus, the lights look different. In the back, we see these huge crystal structures. This just shows how this world is actually a fragment. And notice the stars in the sky. Part of the world is stuck inside the realm of darkness. In other words, the heart of the world is in the realm of darkness. Once Aqua slides down the path, we notice these houses. Now there seems to be a lot of confusion going on. A lot of people think this is Daybreak Town, but I don't think so. This is the city of Castle of Dreams. We've never visited the city before. And at a point, we see a fountain. That's probably why a lot of people confuse this place with Daybreak Town. We'll see the fountain later and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. For a brief moment, we notice this yellow icon on the lamp, the light structure. Now, does that mean anything? We usually see that type of icon when Aqua's about to attack the Unversed in Birth by Sleep, so I'm gonna assume it has nothing to do with the gameplay. The environment, the buildings, the pathway really reminds us of Daybreak Town, but it isn't. Next, we see Aqua holding the Master's Defender, Master Ericus's Keyblade. Dodge roll looks the same as it did in Birth by Sleep, however, will the dodge roll in 0.2 make Aqua invincible? Cause spamming dodge roll in Birth by Sleep kinda made the game easy. Are they gonna change it up a bit or something? But who knows. Now notice for a brief moment, Aqua makes her way down and rolls on the ground. Just by seeing that proves how much Kingdom Hearts 3 and 0.2 will have a lot of game physics. New ones. And yeah, it's kind of expected. We're talking about the Unreal Engine 4 here. Once she gets up, we see like this zoom in when she summons her Keyblade. It looks pretty impressive. I imagine Aqua encountering these Heartless and the screen kind of zooms in on her. And that's a pretty cool addition to the gameplay. Now, for the clock on the castle. We see gears on the top right corner. Are we supposed to collect those to stop the clock from advancing? If the clock advances too much, then the world will simply crumble and that's pretty much game over, I guess. And that's gonna be part of the gameplay. That's gonna be the main focus of the story. Making sure that the world doesn't crumble and make our way to the castle. Then again, we don't see a timer, so how is this possible? How are we even supposed to get the gears inside the clock? Is there going to be a timer at some point? Once we collect 5 gears, do you think there'll be like some sort of timer? If there is, that might scare some of you guys. If there is a timer at some point, we could be expecting a challenge, guys. Anyways, let's move on. Now we encounter a brand new Heartless which we've never seen before. Could this Heartless have been present in the Japanese version of Kingdom Hearts Key? I don't know, I've never encountered this Heartless before. Maybe some of you guys know about it. Plus, who knows what lies inside the Realm of Darkness? That's where the Heartless originated from. Alright, about the fountain. You quickly realize how they look different, so this isn't Daybreak Town, guys. This is just the town of the castle. If you pay close attention, you notice double flight ability from BBS. Once the player performs a high jump, they can press circle again, and Aqua will just jump higher and spin. Next, for a brief moment, we notice the shortcut menu, and the magic seems to be at maximum level. Blizzaga, Thundaga, Firaga. Doesn't it look like the shortcut menu we got from the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer? Look at the dots on the right. This tells us that we can scroll the menu. And once we scroll down the menu, we'll probably get 4 extra magic commands. And I love how the gameplay gives us a feeling of Kingdom Hearts 3. Now once Aqua is facing the Heartless, she casts Blizzaga and it looks fantastic. And at a point we get Spellweaver, which is a command style from Birth by Sleep. About command styles, in Birth by Sleep, they activate once the player performs a specific sequence of magic spells. However, something looks a bit different. Notice the time limit, 30 seconds. Does that mean we have 30 seconds to activate the command style? Probably. Later on, Aqua casts Thundaga, and I gotta say, Thundaga looks pretty overpowered, and the effects look simply fantastic. We also notice a new Heartless, which kind of looks like a bat. We've never seen that type of Heartless before. After that gameplay, we move on to the castle gate. We get a swarm of Heartless guarding the gate. Now, doesn't this swarm of Heartless remind us of the Kingdom Hearts 3 E3 2013 trailer? It does. It's the same thing. This group of Heartless has a pretty big amount of HP. And notice their eye color. Aren't they supposed to be yellow? Here's the thing. Once these Shadow Heartless get grouped together, their eyes turn orange. They form like this creature. Here's what's interesting. Once the swarm of Heartless hits the ground, they all get separated, and their eyes turn yellow. So yep, once they get grouped up together, their eyes turn orange. And you know what's interesting about these Heartless? They're able to regroup. Aqua's attack pattern in this scene is similar to her attack pattern in Birth by Sleep. Later on, Aqua activates Spellweaver. The lighting, the effects look fantastic. And it deals a pretty good amount of damage. Alright, next, we notice Aqua staring at stars. Like I said, this is a fragment of the world, so we pretty much have a part of the sky in the Realm of Darkness. Now here's the interesting part, guys. Behind Aqua, we see this staircase. She's probably inside the castle, and eventually we hear Terra and we see his pants. We don't see his face, we only hear his voice. Now I think this is simply an illusion. This can't be Terra. And why? For one, Aqua mentioned this in the beginning of the trailer, not even memories are safe from the darkness. Not only that, if this event takes place before Kingdom Hearts 1, how is Terra himself? Isn't Terra stuck with Xehanort? We still have Ansem and Xemnas roaming around. Without destroying the Heartless and the Nobody, the Somebody cannot return. Terranort is still split into Xemnas and Ansem, so therefore this is probably just a memory. And think about this, guys, doesn't Aqua have her Wayfinder on her? Remember in Birth by Sleep, during the end we have this cutscene where we see these Keyblades popping out of nowhere and destroying the dark sides. And what were those Keyblades exactly? They were the lights of Terra and Ven. What if, because of Aqua's Wayfinder, Terra's light found its way to Aqua? Think about it, we had his Keyblade saving Aqua from the dark side. And who knows, maybe light can take form of a body, of an illusion. Think about the Lingering Will in Kingdom Hearts 2, that was basically Terra's mind inside an armor. His mind was controlling an armor. What if Terra's light in this case is creating an illusion? His light is probably connected to that Wayfinder, to friendship. Now at the end of the day, this is probably just like a memory, an illusion. Light taking form of a body is probably a terrible theory, guys. Or here's another thing. What if Terra's heart found its way to the realm of darkness? I'm not too sure about that, actually. Some of us think that Xehanort has possession of Terra in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance during that cutscene. Oh, and didn't Terra meet Aqua in the Castle of Dreams in Birth by Sleep? Yes, he did. So having illusions, memories of this guy is probably likely. And at a point, by walking in the realm of darkness forever, someone just might turn insane and see things. So yup guys, Kingdom Hearts 0.2 looks pretty impressive and I'm pretty hyped up. So that's pretty much it for 0.2. Now let's move on to back cover. Back cover looks absolutely gorgeous, like it looks like an actual CGI movie. Now back cover starts off with the guy in the black coat. His voice sounds unfamiliar and we don't really know who this guy is. And that's the whole mystery in Kingdom Hearts Key. Further away, we notice the huge tower from Daybreak Town. A lot of us think it reminds us of the castle in Radiant Garden. It does a bit. Next, the trailer moves on to the Foretellers. We got 5 Foretellers, if you guys haven't played Unchained Key. And notice, in the center of the table, we have this Wayfinder symbol. Could it mean anything? Probably, maybe I might be overthinking this, but we had the Papu Fruit. We had the Wayfinders. I really don't know, could it mean something? Then again, we have 5 Foretellers. The symbol in the center has 5 edges. Who knows, maybe that's just the design of the table. Come to think of it, there's been a lot of reincarnation theory going on, and it feels like that symbol we see on the table has been reappearing for generations. During this cutscene, Ursus is mad and there's a disagreement going on with Unicornus. They're talking about the traitor. We still don't know who the traitor is, and apparently we're going to find out once we finish watching back cover. And how do we know this? The Book of Prophecies apparently reveals that there's a traitor among them, and the book has events which will occur in the future. Next, we see Ephemera, a character from Kingdom Hearts Key. Who is Ephemera to be exact? To give you guys a brief description, this guy studies looks and is curious as to why players collect the looks. And I'm wondering, are we going to get the chance to see Scald? Scald is a brand new female character in Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, and apparently, this character had a dream in which darkness was prevailing, and she saw Ephemera. And because of that, in Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, they both worked together to try and understand that dream. Now, I still haven't encountered Ephemera. Does he know about the Book of Prophecies? During this cutscene, he asked Vulpes about the book, to try and cheer her up a little, but she refuses to talk about it. Moving on, this scene right here looks absolutely gorgeous. And the character in the black robe mentions darkness will prevail and the light will expire. And how exactly does he know this? This was mentioned in the Book of Prophecies. How does he know about that? Okay, maybe one of the Foretellers mentioned it to him, but just the way he said it, it's like he already knew about it. Next, we get a scene in which we see Unicornus with Anguis. They're discussing about the incident. They don't know what it is, they can't seem to find it in the Book of Prophecies. Now they mentioned incident, but what kind of incident? Are they talking about the Keyblade War or the traitor? In the previous back cover trailer, the Foretellers were discussing between each other and they mentioned the traitor, a traitor among them. But could this incident be the Keyblade War? If it is, how come you can't find it in the book? Are they gonna figure it out later on in the story? Cause look, here's what was mentioned apparently in the Book of Prophecies. The fated land will be the battleground for a great war. Light will see defeat and expire, while darkness prevails evermore. And this was mentioned apparently on the last page of the book. And if we take a close look, Unicornus isn't even on the last page of the book. Have they even looked at the last page? Will that message appear on the last page later on in the story? We're not too sure. Now the incident can also be the traitor. Since they can't figure it out, they'll probably find out later on. And why am I saying later on? Well, in the first trailer of Back Cover, like I said, the Foretellers were discussing and they mentioned that there's a traitor among them. So I'm gonna assume that the book will have a message eventually. During the cutscene, Unicornus mentions each of our copies. If so, I'm gonna assume that this scene takes place in the beginning. They still don't know what's gonna happen. If some of you aren't really familiar with the story of Unchained Key, these 5 Foretellers had a master who mysteriously disappeared. And right before he disappeared, he gave each and every one of them a tome of prophecy. Next, we move on to a scene where we see Leopardus and Ursus arguing. Leopardus at a point mentions, "Just give up already." Now what is Ursus up to in this scene? We don't really know. Now look, in this cutscene, it kind of looks like Ursus might be the traitor, but it looks too obvious. I don't think Square Enix would make it too obvious. Then we have Vulpes running inside the room and mentioning, why did it come to this? Why did it come to this? What could that mean? That could mean anything. Could it somehow be linked to the traitor? Maybe, but what I think she meant by that is that there's a lot of disagreement going on between the Foretellers, and Vulpes is upset that it's come to this point, to a point where the Foretellers are fighting against each other. For a brief moment, we notice Leopardus passing out. He looks like a pretty weak Foreteller. I mean, look at his size compared to Ursus. Okay, next thing, we have Unicornus talking to this guy in the black robe. He asks him a question such as, "Isn't it our duty to prevent the war from taking place?" And guess what the guy in the black coat says? "Nah, not possible." Who is he to say that? Who exactly is this guy? Does this guy want the war to happen? Who is he? Is he the one who's gonna start the Keyblade War? Here's something else we can notice. Here's a picture I found on Tumblr, sources Naomi. I'll leave the link in the description. Look at the guy's zipper. Doesn't his zipper look like the sign Ven, Aqua, Terra, and Ericus have on their outfits? It really does look similar. Now, a lot of people think that's the sign for the Unversed, but it looks too different if we compare the two. It might be the sign of Unversed, but I'm gonna go with the sign we have on Aqua, Terra, Ven, and Ericus' outfits. At this point, I just got confused. Does this have to do with reincarnation? Does this have to do with evil ancestors? What if this guy is an evil ancestor of Ericus? Could be possible, right? As if Kingdom Hearts isn't complicated enough already. Why does the form of the zipper look so familiar? Like, is this guy linked to people from the future? Okay, next scene, we see Ursus and Anguis fighting. Now, the fighting scene looks pretty intense. And again, they make it kind of look obvious that Ursus might actually be the traitor. And who knows, maybe Ursus might really be the traitor. Or maybe Anguis could be the traitor. But we'll find out once we finish watching that cover. Oh, and let's not forget, Ursus mentioned that we must defy the Master's teachings. Anguis replies, "You're saying he was wrong?" It kind of seems like that she doesn't want to believe it. And I feel like there's some manipulation going on. Could the guy in the black coat be involved in this? Like, everyone's turning against each other. Next, for a brief moment, we see Leopardus, Vulpes, and Kirithi. Kirithi is a creature who was created by the Master of the Foretellers. Who is Kirithi? Kirithi is a companion in Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, basically. And then we get another fighting scene. Next, there's a cutscene in which we see the players. Now, you know what's funny, guys? There's a copy of the same character. I don't know if Square Enix was lazy, but they look the same. Anyways, let's not get nitpicky right now. Notice, doesn't that guy's outfit remind us of Riku's outfit in Kingdom Hearts 1? Could this guy perhaps be an ancestor? Maybe, maybe not. I'm probably overthinking too much. But anyways, next, Vulpes explains to the players that when the war comes, they shouldn't fight. They should escape to the outside world. And by outside world, I think she means they need to travel to another world to basically escape. And other than that, guys, that's pretty much it for Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue. You know what's awesome? The game apparently will have a worldwide release in December 2016. I mean, how many times has Japan received Kingdom Hearts games first? I understand that Square Enix is a Japanese company, but still. All fans have finally their chance to experience the game at the same time. Okay, since we're getting a worldwide release, could this same thing happen to Kingdom Hearts 3? Maybe, who knows? I mean, Kingdom Hearts 3 is one huge anticipated game. Maybe they might decide to make it a worldwide release. If so, that would be incredible. And about Kingdom Hearts 3, we're apparently going to get announcements in winter. Does that mean that we're not gonna get anything Kingdom Hearts 3 related at E3? Maybe, or maybe not. But announcements could mean anything. It could probably be a release date. If it's a release date or something like that, maybe we might get extra footage at E3. If so, that would be awesome. Now recently, Kingdom Hearts Insider posted a schedule for the Square Enix Presents Live. We don't see anything Kingdom Hearts 3 related. However, we do notice Kingdom Hearts 2.8 discussion in the schedule on Wednesday, June 15th. At least we got a pretty good Kingdom Hearts 2.8 trailer. I mean, the 0.2 gameplay looked amazing. Now, there's a Sony press conference at E3. Maybe, just maybe, we might get a tiny snippet of Kingdom Hearts 3. If not, then we'll have to wait until winter. Other than that, guys, this is pretty much it for the video. If you watched the whole thing, thank you. Now, if you have any thoughts or concerns, leave them in the comments. What did you think of the Kingdom Hearts 2.8 trailer? What did you think of 0.2? What did you think of back cover? Just mention it in the comments. Other than that, I've been Vivi, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.